Oh man, I really want to read this week's chapter of One Piece right now. Seriously, I'm so excited to react to this, given what happened last week. I almost want to forgo anything I normally do and just read the chapter. But I have an obligation to the people who watch me. It wouldn't seem right if I didn't do this, so I will do it. Good morning and happy Monday, everyone. Let's get to my low, my high, my active kindness. You know what? I will say this past weekend was a weekend I really wasn't looking forward to because there was something that I had to do. And yesterday, it's not very often that even I lose my patience, but I was starting to lose my patience. Those in the know are aware of what I'm talking about. And I apologize for that. But, you know what? My high is I got through it. And I got to see my folks yesterday. And, my act of kindness was, after everything was said and done, I helped my mom and dad watch my nephews. Yes, it's my act of kindness, but you know what? I was with my family. Family is always worth it. Okay. I think I did you know what? It's a good thing I just did my low, my high, my act of kindness because, you just saw in the beginning of the video, I was excited. I want to read this week's One Piece chapter now. But now I feel calmed down. I feel ready, but I also feel calm and relaxed as well for what I'm about to read. Which, you know what? That should be how every One Piece fan should go into every chapter from this point on. Whether it winds up being a good or bad chapter, I don't know about all the rest of the One Piece fans, but as exciting as it is to... Okay, we get it. You have weak constitutions. Sorry. As exciting as it can be to read a One Piece manga chapter, I have no idea what's about to happen. So I gotta stay calm, but also be ready to brace myself. So, without further ado, One Piece chapter 1181, God and Devil. Yeah, this is how excited I was. I actually had the chapter ready to go. Again, I really was just going to start reading the chapter without doing my normal thing. Let's go. Okay. There's a flashback to right before Harold died, saying, he's the worst king in the history of Elbaf, so you must kill me and take the throne. Just saying this to Loki. So basically, Loki was having a bit of a flashback here. Okay. Wow. That's interesting. Harold only lived to be 144 years old, which, giants live to be about 300-400 years. So, he died young. He died really young. I believe that would have made Harold around, for human years, in his early 40s maybe, I think. Let me do some quick math. Wait, 144. Well, I can divide that, okay. So, 48. So mid 40s. For a human that. Again, giants, they live to be about 300-400 years old. So, being age 144 is a normal person such as myself approaching, late 40s, early 50s, which is still young. So, yeah. So anyway, Loki says, Harold lived to be 144 when giants lived 300 years naturally. It wasn't his time to go yet, and I agree. So I take it you're the one who manipulated and killed my father? And then Emu says, the one who suffered the greatest setback was Mu. So when Loki picks up Ragnar with all this might, saying, what the hell did you do to my old man? Oh, he's gonna strike Emu down. There's a little picture of remember, Ragnar is a Ratatasker, so he has like the squirrel face. Which you would think makes it not very intimidating, but this actually looks really, really, really cool. Ragnar Itsuchi, which is a combination of lightning and, again, Ragnarok. So basically, this is the lightning of the end of the world, because that's what Ragnarok was originally depicted as. And Emu blocks it with that Omen fire thing. Dude. That is insane. What's going to happen next? There's a picture of Lilith. There's a picture of Jinbei. So Loki is in disbelief that Emu blocked it. And then he asks what Emu's powers are. Okay, here we go. One. Omen is my military might. Whoa. Emu grew to the size of Loki? He can grow into a giant too? Things just got a little more holy crap for us. Okay. A power that lurks within all things. So apparently everyone has this. Yo! Emu just impaled Loki with a similar looking sword that kind of looks like the one Mihawk has. It is the nature of man to crave strength. However, when power is so lusted after, it's too easily gained. Corruption, choosing servitude out of self-interest, covenants, and the envy that seeks to achieve one's goals. The power of Omen. Corruption, covenant, power. These form the Trinity. And that's what Omen is. Okay. The Trinity of what we call domination. I've been hearing people say that what Emu has is the anti-Haki, or Maki as it's been referred to as. And you know what? I'm kind of saying what they mean. Because Haki is, freedom, liberation. Whereas Maki, or Omen, is domination. The opposite of freedom. I love that Loki says, well, first Emu offers Loki this power, and then Loki tries to strike back, says, I didn't ask for this. He actually got Emu pretty hard, too. Nice. Very nice. And Loki's like, so your power is God's domination? I think you mean a contract with the devil. He was like, God, devil, what's the difference? I like that line. I like that line because, I mean, when you hear the words God and devil, you think, and let's call it what it is here, you think God good, devil bad. And, I mean, listen, that's been depicted forever. I mean, I'm Catholic. I know what that is. However, the idea of, devils or other evil creatures being good, while the idea of, gods and angels being bad, that's actually not an entirely new concept. It's been depicted in many forms of fiction. In fact, one of the most popular cartoons out right now has been Hotel, or is it Hell of a Boss? One of those two. Like, it pictures that very thing, You portray, like, the devil-looking creatures as, sympathetic and likable characters, where gods and angels are not as such. Interesting. Whoa! So Loki says, I don't give a crap. No one lords it over me. And then he was like, domination is the only true bliss in the world. Isn't that right, Joy Boy? Emu knew Joy. There's literally a picture of Emu and Joy Boy in silhouette just having a conversation with each other. A pleasant conversation with each other at that. And we see Luffy stress eating. Hold on. Okay. Normally when Luffy... I've never really been a fan of the gag where Luffy engorges himself to look cartoonishly fat, which he's able to do because that's part of his rubber power. I've never been a fan of that. However, this is one instance where he has to do it. Because Luffy truly does believe if he doesn't go in with a full stomach, we're going to lose. And I can't help but agree. Because even Loki, if Loki's having trouble against Emu, that's a problem. Oh, Loki got him again. He's like, what's wrong? Got distracted? Then you don't respect me enough. And he hits Loki right into the Yggdrasil tree. He turns into the Nidhogg and is about to launch an attack. Thorheim. Oh, that's so cool. Emu just smiled. Like a genuine smile. Says, so thou art back. Dude. I mean, listen, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that have reacted to this chapter not knowing what to think of it. I know exactly what to think of it. This chapter was awesome, dude. Hold on. I don't know if there's a break next week. Is there a break this week? Please tell me there's... come on. Oh, yeah, there is. We gotta wait 2 weeks for the next One Piece manga chapter. Which should put us around Mother's Day, I believe. Actually, when is Mother's Day? not to change the subject, but now that I'm thinking about it, when is Mother's Day? Is it the weekend of the 11th or weekend of the 18th? Oh, it's May 10th. Okay. So May 10th. Okay. This chapter was so cool, dude. I mean, the idea of like, maybe God and devil really aren't so different from each other in terms of what they mean. The belief that, every person is capable of being corrupted and giving into the covenant of others for the sake of obtaining power. I mean, that's true though. I mean, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't times where, I wanted better things for myself, but you gotta think, like, is what you're doing. You know what? I used to have a coach who would say this. A very good man, a track coach. His name was Tom Jansen. He sadly passed away a couple years ago. He said, is what you're doing getting you what you want? Which sounds like a simple question, but there's a lot more to it than that. I really wish I had the time to explain, but I should probably end this video now. This chapter is great. I highly recommend you watch it. Hope you'll watch the chapter, read the chapter. Although you should be watching the One Piece anime now that they're doing Elbath. It looks so cool. Hope you like this video. If you like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm Barry Holland. This video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy. For the hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. And remember, when you guys want to talk, channel, to here to lend. Always back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.